guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're on the FHG YouTube account 38-8 and we're going to be looking at some factions, really going through what heroes I feel like are going to be coming in the up and coming Awakening series. We know Taylene was the first one, but first we're going to take a look at Facebook and the letter that we got from Don. So here is the actual letter that we got, and this was around right around New Year's. So Taylene the Resurging Flame was a relevant, bold experiment for us. We know what is coming out. Big part we want to look at is this second paragraph right here. Other than Celestials, there will be Awakened heroes for the 4 common factions. That is right, guys. There are going to be other Awakened heroes. Due to a powerful combination of hero skills, we decided to add limits to how Awakened heroes are going to be used. For example, Awakened heroes cannot be used with non-Awakened heroes. Frequency of cards will not change. Now we know it has been the scene since we've seen Scarlet come out. We know they have not changed, but Awakened heroes and traditional heroes will not be released together. Future Awakened heroes and storytelling will intrinsically connected, just like with Taylene. And ultimately, these heroes are going to be dropped every 2 to 3 months. That is right, guys. It is going to be 2 to 3 months between Awakened heroes, meaning that Taylene did drop around New Year's. So we should expect February or March to see our next Awakened hero. That is the reason why I am saving all of my cards as of right now, guys. So the question then becomes, what heroes are we looking to get Awakened? This is going to be a really cool thing to look at. I've went through a lot of the factions, really thought about which heroes that I think are going to be Awakened or which ones we might see first to really change out some of the faction heroes. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at those. So here we are, guys, back on AFK Arena. So looking at the faction heroes that I really feel like they're going to be Awakened, we're going to start with the Light Bearers. Number one, I feel like the Awakened hero that is going to be coming with this particular faction is going to be Thane, guys. A lot of people have built Thane. Thane does work really well. One of the more original heroes to AFK Arena, but I could see him definitely being reworked with the Awakened and really making a difference in the game. We know his skills and abilities do work pretty well. He does take a considerable investment to really work, but we've seen him in formations and he does work really well. Second one, and again, I'm going to go through 2 in each faction. Second one that I'm thinking is Belinda, guys. Belinda is a hero that, you know, so many players absolutely grew up with. Playing AFK Arena, the 2+ years that it's been out, Belinda was a major contributor when it came to Light Bearers, when it came to campaign progression. You were either building Belinda or you were building Chimera. Belinda ultimately drops off considerably once you get through a little bit more of the content. I could see her being Awakened and them two being a really solid combination in the future when it comes out. Now remember, every 2 to 3 months, we're going to get an Awakened hero. So depending on which faction they choose first, we know this time they chose the Celestials with Taylene. I'm not sure if just to offset this, they are going to pull or do one from the Celestial or the Hypogeans, but we'll take a look at that in just a minute. So Belinda and Thane were my 2 choices when it comes to Light Bearers. So for the Maulers, of course, guys, I have to do it. I have to go with Brutus. Guys, Brutus is just an absolute monster. He was one of the most pivotal heroes from AFK Arena, long before you could break shields, long before you could break the immunity with Nara. Brutus was the leader of the Maulers and has always been. We know he does also have a union with my second choice, which is K-Sauce, guys. The Brutus K-Sauce combination could work perfectly within the storyteller, just like Belinda and Thane, because they do have their union. They do have kind of embedded between both of them. I really think they are going to be solid choices when it comes to developing out and building these Awakened heroes. I could see good synergy between those on the Mauler faction. For the Wilders, guys, there's really 2 that I love. And of course, guys, got to give love to the tree. Almas, I feel like he has just got a raw deal ever since AFK Arena has been out. I would love to see him being a protector of the forest, things of that nature, really being a very solid, amazing Awakened hero I would love to see him being rebuilt. The same with Kaz. Guys, remember they left Kaz in the 480p. Unfortunately, she didn't get a redefine. She didn't get a rework. But I think ultimately a lot of players would love to see Kaz reworked as well, or awakened, meaning they can't be in the same teams together. But I really think that Kaz and Almas could have a lot of synergy. I know a lot of players say Leica because Leica and Almas kind of go together, or even Almas Tassie. But I want to see Almas and Kaz being the two out of the Wilders that get awakened. A lot of other heroes. Now, remember, they originally said most of the heroes that they do the awaken are not going to be the meta heroes, because we don't want to kind of upset the metas and how they work. But ultimately, I think it's going to be heroes that we're not seeing in a lot of formations, that don't have a lot of utility, and that are not relatively newer heroes. I mean, probably in the last 6 to 12 months. For the Graveborn, guys, just to go along with Thane, that is right, guys, Baden. Baden is a hero. He was actually one of the very first heroes that I built. Him and Rain were the two really big focuses down there. But I would love to see an awakened Baden with his ability to summon all of his phantoms in here. I could see it working awesome. And again, the storyline, you know, we've seen through the comic and a couple other places where Baden and Thane are really well embedded with the story. I could definitely see that. And along with those same kind of lines, I would love to see Isabella, guys. We know Isabella did get a rework a little bit ago, but ultimately, guys, she's always been a super cool hero to have within AFK Arena. We've seen her useful in the tower. Not sure they will choose her because she has been reworked, but ultimately, I would love to see her really find a place in meta teams and see exactly where she can really excel. When it comes to our Celestials, of course, we just got Taylene. A lot of the other ones in here we do utilize. Athalia is actually one of the oldest. She was one of the very first ones. So I think for probably at least, I mean, you're talking, yeah, 2 to 3 months. Probably in the next year, we're not going to see any of these Celestial heroes, which brings us to the Hypogean, guys. Now, we know Aziz was actually the first one that was dropped. Would he be awakened? Possibly. I don't know exactly how it would work within the storyline, but a majority of these heroes are a lot relatively new. You know, we see Lucretia in the meta, we see Zolrath, we see Khazard, we see Mahira, we see all of them in the meta. I could see them doing an awakened Mahira. Honestly, for some reason, it just really stands out with the way that she works. Again, I know she is meta, but I could see them doing something with her or even doing something with Aziz. Now, the other thing that you do have to remember with some of these heroes is they are very popular. So when it comes to building out heroes, just like the Graveborn instead of Isabella, a lot of players are saying Shamira. That because of the sheer popularity of the hero, that a hero like Shamira being reworked or being awakened. So even in the Graveborn, if they did Shamira and if they did Baden, just because of the popularity, the two most popular heroes that we've seen in AFK Arena are Shamira and Brutus. And again, they were some of the original heroes that we seen when AFK Arena was released. They were the carries. They were really the god tier heroes back before the god tier even exists or the god comp even exists. So it would be interesting to see exactly how this is going to work. We know the Awaken system. Definitely buy cards, guys, if you have an opportunity out of the store. I am buying these cards. As you can see, it is sold out. I'm buying those cards every single day because I want to see what heroes are coming with this Awakening system, guys. So we were talking about it on the live stream. But yeah, definitely Thane and Belinda, I would absolutely love to see. The Brutus K-Sauce combination, absolutely. Almas, Kaz, yes, absolutely. I would love to see one of those two awaken. And here again, Baden, I would love to see. Isabel and Shamira, either one. I would love to see Shamira reworked. And again, I think with the storyline, they could do the most with Shamira. She was still one of the most popular heroes that we've seen in AFK Arena. So to take Shamira and awaken her, I think would be very cool to see. Then, of course, we have our Celestials, which it's probably going to be a little bit of time. but they might do something with the Z's. But I'm for some reason, again, I'm still feeling like Mahira is going to get some love out of there, guys. All right, so that will do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments who you want to see awakened. So when we think of the old school heroes, we even know the ones that were originally released, such as Pharrell. Pharrell would be pretty cool to see awaken, but ultimately I would like to see Shamira. I would like to see Almas. Very cool in addition. The Thane Baden story. And I did also go back to the unions. So looking here at a lot of the unions that we have, again, we have Brutus and we have K-Sauce, we have Leica and we have Kaz kind of together. You know, we have the Almas and the Tassie combination, Thane and Strilda, and then we do have Belinda in here. So a lot of the heroes that I'm really considering for the awakening are within the unions and do kind of have their own union, how the stories play together. Not sure if that's going to make any difference in the decision that Lilith is going to come out with. But again, guys, let me know in the comments what heroes you want to see, in which faction you want to see awaken next. And as always, thank you guys for watching.